pulled serpent breath a hand's breadth from her scabbard, then let her rest again. Aldwyn offered me the shield, but I shook my head. "Wait till we see them," I told him. I gave him my helmet to hold, dismounted, and walked with Finan and my son to the crest where we lay staring southwards. "It all feels wrong," I said. "It's fate," Finan answered, "and fate is a bitch." We lay in the long grass, watching the dust kicked up from the road by the scout stallion. "He should have ridden along the road's edge," Finan said. "No dust there." The scout, who I now recognized as Oswy, swerved off the road and began the long climb to the hilltop where we lay. "You're sure about the dragon?" I asked. "Can't miss a big beast like that," Finan said. "The creature came from the north, so it did." "And the star fell from north to south," my son said, reaching under his chest to touch his cross. My son is a Christian. The dust in the valley died away. The enemy was coming, except I was not sure who my enemy was, only that this day I must fight the king coming from the south. And that felt all wrong, because the star and the dragon had said that evil would come from the north. We look for omens. Even Christians search the world for such signs. We watch the flight of birds, fear the fall of a branch, look for the wind's pattern on water, draw breath at a vixen's cry, and touch our amulets when a harp string snaps. But omens are hard to read, unless the gods decide to make their message plain. And 3 nights before, in Bebbanburg, the gods had sent a message that could not have been clearer. That evil would come from the north. The dragon had flown in the night sky above Bebbanburg. I did not see it, but Finan did, and I trust Finan. It was vast, he said, with a skin like hammered silver, eyes like burning coals, and with wings wide enough to hide the stars. Each beat of those monstrous wings made the sea shiver like a burst of wind on a calm day. It had turned its head towards Bebbanburg, and Finan thought fire was about to be spewed across the whole fortress. But then the great, slow wings beat once more. The sea shuddered far beneath, and the dragon flew on southwards. "And a star fell last night," Father Cuthbert said. "Mirasa saw it." Father Cuthbert, Bebbanburg's priest, was blind and married to Mirasa, an exotic, dark-skinned girl we had rescued from a slave trader in London many years before. I called her a girl out of habit, but of course she was middle-aged now. We grow old, I thought. "The star fell from the north towards the south," Father Cuthbert said. "And the dragon came from the north," Finan added. I said nothing. Benedetta leaned on my shoulder. She too said nothing, but her hand tightened on mine. "Signs and wonders," Father Cuthbert said. "Something dire will happen." He crossed himself. It was an early summer evening. We were sitting outside Bebbanburg's hall, where swallows flew around the eaves and where the long waves rolled incessantly against the beach beneath the eastern ramparts. The waves give us rhythm, I thought, an endless sound that rises and falls. I had been born to that sound, and soon I must die. I touched my hammer amulet and prayed that I would die to the sound of Bebbanburg's waves and to the cry of her gulls. "Something dire," Father Cuthbert repeated, "and it will come from the north." Or maybe the dragon and the falling star were omens of my death. I touched the hammer again. I can still ride a horse, heft a shield and wield a sword, but at day's end the aches in my joints tell me I am old. "The worst thing about death," I broke my silence, "is not knowing what happens next." No one spoke for a while. Then Benedetta squeezed my hand again. "You